Today we're going to talk about whether it's a good idea to refinance your student loans, and if so, what type of elements you should watch out for. It's a pivotal moment in the student loan universe. President Biden's plans to cancel student loans was struck down by the Supreme Court, and now the president is looking for new ways to forgive student loans. But in the meantime, the deadline is approaching in October for student loan payments to resume after a 3-year freeze, and the government is offering options to help borrowers that have difficulty starting their payments again. But some borrowers are finding a new way to deal with their debt: refinancing. So that might sound like a tempting option, but before you start, you need to know what it entails. One thing that plagues student loan borrowers is interest rates. For federal loans, interest rates are fixed and set by Congress. But for private loans, interest rates fluctuate with the market. If you took out a loan in 2018, your interest rate would have been 5.05%. And some lenders today are offering 4.99%. So it sounds like a no-brainer, right? Not so fast. As MarketWatch reporter Andrew Keshner points out, if you're considering refinancing, you should tread carefully.
Private student loans have smaller rates because these lenders are competing with each other to get the most accounts they can. But they're competing for the best customers with the best credit scores. The risks with private student loan is they're going to expect you to pay every month, regardless of what else is going on in your life. With a federal loan, you can have certain reductions, income-driven repayments. That's generally not going to happen with a private student loan.
Another point to consider, you need to qualify for these advertised lower rates. So if your credit score is not in top shape, you're not even going to get these rates. Something else that doesn't come with private loans: protection.
The grace period is this 1-year moment where if you're not making your payments on your federal student loans, the loan's not going to go into default. It's not going to be referred to collections. And that's a big deal for people who are trying to get back on their feet after 3 years of not paying these loans.
President Biden is still pushing for student loan cancellation despite the court's ruling. So if he succeeds, but in the meantime you switch to a private loan, you'll be stuck paying that loan long after your federal loan could have been forgiven. But that's still up in the air. And if you haven't yet, make sure to check out our Explainomics episode on President Biden's new plan to cancel student loans. If you still want to move forward with refinancing, there are still a couple of things to consider, like, for example, what type of employer you have.
It matters what employer you have and what kind of job you have for loan forgiveness, because that only applies for certain types of work, including teachers and nurses, many nonprofits. If you are one of these and you decide to refinance into a private loan, you're taking yourself out of the game of loan forgiveness.
You should also have a clear view of what you can afford and what your goals are. October is right around the corner, so don't wait. Look at all your options and decide what's best for you. And if you need more content on student loans, check out our playlist and subscribe for more Explainomics videos, and we'll see you next time.